Hey, it's Jabbo. I'm down here in the basement in the Bricklink store, and I'm going to be selling some stuff today. Actually, I'm going to be picking a Bricklink order for Ryob Nepets. Actually, I know what you did with your name there. But he asked for a Pablo, so I'm going to be picking his order. It's got about 74 different lots. So while I'm picking it, I'm going to be talking about some things because, at least temporarily, and I hope temporarily, this is going to be my job. Either YouTube and Bricklink. So I've got to really start focusing on this, and I'm going to have the time to do it. So let's get to that order, and we'll talk about it. Drawer, what drawer was this? Oh, I always go to the wrong one. Drawer 42. Got to get 11 of these. I got one down, 73 to go. All right, so last night, I'm filming this on a Saturday. He actually ordered this on Friday, and I probably would have normally would have already shipped it, but he asked for the picking a Bricklink Lego order, which is what Pablo stands for. But anyway, I ended up working late last night at my real job, and I had to leave my real job around midnight. Actually ended up getting home a little bit later than that with traffic and stuff in Metro Atlanta. Yes, even at 1 in the morning. And the reason I had to leave at midnight is because I can't go back to work, at least for a little while. There is a work stoppage, and so I will not be making money at my real job until that work stoppage is over. So Bricklink is what I'm going to focus on the most. I would love to focus on YouTube and make some awesome YouTube videos. I got to do stuff that will bring in money in the short term because even if I make money on YouTube, I have to wait a month before we get that. Oh, look, I can go use the Earnin app. No, don't use that. So, yeah, so I did, and this was all stuff I just learned on Friday. Didn't know anything about this coming up. I've been working for 21 years. There's never been a work stoppage. Hasn't been a work stoppage since 1983. And now there is. So, yeah, and the thing about a work stoppage is you don't get paid. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, got that right. So that's why I'm going to be focusing more on getting some things added. My son-in-law came over last night and they parted out some sets, did that Galaxy Squad set. There's like $280 worth of parts in that. I had already parted, my wife and I had parted out some sets too before that, unbeknownst to this situation coming up. So I got a little bit of things parted out to add to the store. 445. So that'll help out and just getting some inventory because we do have a whole bunch of empty drawers I need to fill up. You guys have been really helping me out, the ones that have been ordering. I appreciate it very, 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 very much. And it was always kind of like a side thing to fund my Lego hobby. Because as you've known, if you've watched my videos for a while, I have a Lego addiction and we've bought quite a bit of Lego stuff. Just bought the Lego Disney set. And if I knew what I know now, not about the set, about my situation, I probably wouldn't have bought the set. Because it's not, usually when you're not potentially going to have income for a while, it's not good to go out and buy an expensive Lego set. 2, 4, 6, 7. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. Need one more of those. So I'm going to be pulling this order here. Hoping I get a few more orders. I'm not begging for orders. Just it will help. And then what I'm going to do is with my normally I'd wake up at 5 in the morning to get ready for work. Since I don't think I'm going to be going to work on Monday, I'm actually was supposed to be on call this weekend. So normally I'd get paid for being on call. Plus if I got called out, I'd make money on the call outs. And so since that's not going to be happening, I will work this weekend. doing things like this, making some YouTube videos for all of my YouTube channels. Probably need to focus on something that will get a lot of views. Oh, did I say that? Did I say that? So normally I do things that I like. So TheyMightBeBricks and BrickTsar Toys will need to do something interesting, which they haven't done apparently in quite a while. So I need to make some train videos over there, slot car videos with crashes. Those things usually work out. So I need to make a schedule perhaps of how I'm going to do all this. Like, what am I going to film? What am I going to do with the Bricklink? I realized just today, Saturday, I've only been working about an hour. I finished filming the video for the Disney train, edited the video, and uploaded the video. And I do so much with my phone, which is what I'm actually filming this with, that I had to wait till the video was done processing before I could start doing this Pablo. I guess I could have used another device to do the Pablo, but I don't know, I really like using my phone. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And so I was like, okay, then I had to figure out a way of better utilizing my time and what's available. So if I'm trying to do everything with one device, I got to do other things that don't involve the device so that I don't waste time. And so what I did, I started going through some of my sets, and I'm going to be adding some sets to my Bricklink inventory or putting them on eBay. Right now the prices, I've added 4 sets. Prices might be too high. I might need to come down on those prices because they are higher than some of the things that have sold recently, but they're still less than the part out value of the set. So I don't want to, like, I put it in my store at that price. If it sells, great. If not, I might later just part it out. I don't really want to come down on the price at this time, but I'm going to be adding some more. Some of the smaller sets or the poly bags, they'll be more hopefully fairly priced than others. But you know, some of the stuff's, most of the stuff's out of production. It is all out of production actually. So you don't want to just give it away, because I made that mistake with the Emerald Night train. I had 3 of those in my Bricklink store. When it got discontinued, mine were all sold, and I regretted it because I could have got double what I got for them. They'd been in my store for so long, I didn't know that it was going to get discontinued at that time, and they were just kind of sitting there. Like I always said, well, if one sells, I'll just go buy another. And they ended up somebody bought all of them. So yeah. So I don't want to put stuff in my store too low, but also putting stuff too high is a big turnoff to people as well. Got too many of those. I don't know how far along. We're only on drawer 1493, and I got 4,000 drawers, so this could be still a while more. Reddish brown. And I know this is probably, picking an order is not the most interesting thing to people, but I am literally talking as I'm picking. This isn't me picking and then doing a voiceover. I'm actually picking the order here, so try not to make mistakes. I had considered doing this as a live stream, but that brings other issues like the microphone, looking at the chat, which causes another distraction. I think it's better for me to do a live stream when I can focus on the chat, so I don't ignore people that are in there, because the way with the death of, let me go count these out. He's got to get 20 of the 2 of those. All right, so you didn't have to watch that. So with the death of, what was I saying before? It was the death of something. It's my channel? No, that's not it. I'm going to have to go back. I counted that and then forgot what my stream of thought was, which is typical. Oh, with the death of the Google Hangouts, which was the free and easy way to have all your friends on there. Yeah, I've not opted in to get the StreamYard, which everybody's using. I think it was free. I probably should have jumped in at the time that it's free, or they had the free option anyway, which I don't think you can get now. And I can't. I'm like most of you. I don't have the. I don't think I want to pay for the $20 a month or whatever it is to have it, because I don't stream a lot. If I was streaming every day like some of the guys are that have it, it probably would, or it would make sense to have it, because it seems to be a really good app. Probably fairly priced as well. Did I call it an app? Is that what you call it? I don't know. But it's nice to have something like that where you can interact with the chat and bring more people into the stream. So when I do a stream, I like to make sure that while I might not always be looking at the chat, I want to be available to do that from time to time throughout the stream, so that I don't ignore them. And that's how you get the interaction, since I don't have a way right now of adding people on. It also stinks because I wanted to do a couple of interviews, so now I'm probably going to have to do those as dropped one as a recording too. I gotta go figure out where that piece went. Alright, I found it. Get these black ones here. But yeah, what do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Should I invest in StreamYard and have other people on? But I did have a couple of people, like I said, that I wanted to interview. I wanted to do Glenn from Glenn Holland Streamline Bricks, brick model railroader guy, you know. Boy, it takes a lot longer to pick while you're talking. Alright, but it's worth it to talk to you guys, right? 2331 right here. Oh, there. Alright, I counted those off camera. 2380. One of these. Oh, I'm hoping I'm almost halfway through the numbers. 24, 23. Oh, it's down here. It's these pieces. Oh, finally switching sides here. 28, 17. Whoa, whoa. Oh, dang nabbit. Alright, it seems to be skipping more drawers now, so getting close to the light at the end of the tunnel. Got a couple of these. Drawer 3395. Oh, we freed up a drawer. Awesome. We're on this side. Two of those. I'm putting all the translucent colors together. So we're coming along 3596. Is that the right one? Whoa. 3596. I said 30. That was 34. These. That's the right one. All right, 3642. Got some of these. Yeah, grab the right number. 46. Oh, I shouldn't have put. I got this cord here from my computer, so I don't have an outlet over here. Makes it hard for the cart to roll. I have to move this if my wife picks an order, because it'll be in the way. 4073. Gotta count out some of these. 3 of those. Four of these. I'll go to boxes. A 1. A 10. See if I grab the right number. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. Almost. A 12. Gotta count these. Oops. A 14. More tiles. B20. Some bricks. K14 right there. Alright, so anyway, I appreciate y'all letting me talk about this. Not the worst thing that can happen. And it seems like I was just talking about this in a video before about bad things happen and how you ever feel like it's one thing after another. I never knew that the next day I wouldn't be likely having income for a little while. That's not something that anybody wants to have happen to them. But I've not only worked one job in my life. I've worked multiple jobs. What I mean by that is I've worked for a lot of different companies over the years. Oh, let me count these. So anyway, I've always, any job I've had, until this job for the most part, I've always been like, what will I do if this job doesn't work out? Like something happens with the job. So sometimes I would even work two jobs, or be thinking about what I would want to do next. And so I never had worked any company as long as I worked for this one. I worked at Six Flags for 14 years. 6, 8. Don't say Six Flags when you're counting Lego pieces. And I thought that was a long time, but now I've been with this company over 20 years. It's been very stable. It's been a very nice paying job. I've had my share of aggravations. There's been a lot of things that I've been aggravating, but that's the price of being paid, I guess. You deal with the aggravation because you get compensated. I mean, I'm sure a fireman would like to go to work and never have to work on a fire. or never have to do anything. But they do get called to emergencies, and that's that's part of the job. They expect to do that. They're not surprised when they have to go do stuff. So I work in a job that is not, it's directly related to public safety. I work on things that people want to work. And sometimes the things don't work because people are stupid. Sometimes the things don't work because the process is stupid. There's sometimes things that kind of can be a source of aggravation when you talk about it, but it's really, you're just talking about things that happen. It doesn't really mean I'm upset when somebody spills coffee on a computer and they don't tell me it, and then their computer's dead and we're trying to figure it out, and then you find coffee in it. It's like, okay, it's funny. Talk about it. Don't get upset. But it's just those types of things. Those types of aggravations really aren't bad. It's the ones that when people start to question your ability or your care when they don't really know you, that can be frustrating. I had a time, it's been about 15, 17 years ago, it's a long time ago, where I was the top performing employee for a long time. I had a weekend where I was on call, and this is when I did like cell sites and everything, and I had all these troubles. And a typical weekend you might have 2 or 3 troubles. I had done 23 troubles in a weekend. I'd work 34 hours, 17 hours on Saturday, 17 hours on Sunday. Did 23 jobs. One of the jobs, I had gone behind somebody that had already was supposed to have fixed it or try to fix it, and they couldn't fix it. I said, I'm going to try to fix it. I couldn't fix it either. There was a problem in the central office, so I had to refer it to them. It wasn't fixed yet, so I left and went and did other work. I did several jobs after that. I got chastised for that, for returning that job. And I'm like, what about the guy that went on it first? What about the guy that I was trying? And he didn't even do as much as I did. I was at least isolated it to what the actual problem was. And I could do a whole series of videos of me ranting about times that I got in trouble, and it really wasn't that I did anything wrong. It's that the way that they consider things was totally bogus. It's like I did 23 jobs. The other guys probably did 3. And I only returned the 1. What about the other 47 that I finished and got those customers? 47. Did I say 47? I was saying Z47. The other 22, it's Z47. And I told when the manager called to chastise me about that, I said, I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe you're doing it. I did 22 jobs. I didn't sit on my butt. I didn't sit around and do nothing. I could have, the way they measure my jobs, I could have done 4 each day, and that would have covered all the time that I worked. But, you know, and they wanted to say that I shouldn't have done that. And I was like, no, I did the right thing. And I actually did. I referred it to the right people that should have been the ones to fix it, that put it off, that put it out back on us. And it was actually, I was right. It's like Ian Malcolm. I hate being right all the time. I had another time where, again, top performing employee, highest numbers in the crew. The numbers, a lot of them are kind of bogus anyway. But I had a night where I had done 17. Wait, is that right? I can't remember. It was a ridiculous number of jobs. Might have been like 15 jobs. But that was because there was some outages that I was able to fix that affect multiple customers. And each job, you have to test it. When you're done resolving what the issue is, I did all that, put all the documentation that I'm supposed to do, and went on and did other jobs after that. I was accused of cheating. So, manager didn't look at my logs of any of the things that I did. All he saw was my numbers were ridiculously high, and they were. I had 400% when other people would be like 100 or less. He said, the only way this can happen is you're cheating. And we had things that we could show, codes we could show to make up for, like, if you ran into some problems that were beyond your control, you could get some exception time. It's not exactly what it was called, but that is for purposes of explaining it to you, and so that would not count against you the time that it took to do these things. And I was accused of filling in a bunch of exception time because my numbers were so high. I asked the person that accused me of cheating like that, I said, what exception time did I show? I don't know. Did you look? No, I didn't. What exception time did I show? I said, I'll answer it for you. I showed none. There was no exception time. I said, have you ever looked at the exception time that I show? I never show it because I always make my numbers without adding that time. It's not worth my time and effort to go through and add that in every day for every little thing. I don't care. I just go to work and do my job and do as many jobs as I can in a reasonable time to get the customers back in service. And you accuse me of cheating without even looking, without even investigating. You said the only way I could make those numbers was to cheat. And then I was like, so essentially, what you're telling me, I just did a 360 spin on you. I need one of these. Is I should have done my 4 jobs. When I got done, just kick back, sit in my truck, and chill out the rest of the day. Because if I do anything beyond that 4, my numbers are going to be too high. So instead of doing the 15 jobs that I did, or however many it was, I should have just done the 4. Is that what you're telling me? And I actually said it to him just like that. He's like, no, that's not what I'm telling you. I said, yes, it is. It's exactly what you're telling me. Because the only way that my numbers would have been less is if I had done less work. Oh, that was like 10 years ago, and I'm still mad about it. So it's one thing to be accused of something that you're actually doing. It's another thing when you're actually doing something right, doing something that helps people, doing something that helps your company, and all that, to get accused of doing something wrong. That is just... So, when I have a work stoppage, as we have now, that's why I'm not going to work. Because if people were going to do the stuff like that to me when I am working... where is it? Oh, C5. Oh, it's here. Nope, that's not it. This one. Then don't give them incentive to do more of that kind of stuff to me. So anyway, I am not going to get paid until we go back to work. I am not going to do anything to, hinder my employer. I'm not going to do anything to like sabotage things. I know sometimes when there's work stoppages, people want to sabotage stuff. No, we don't do that kind of stuff. I still, in fact, the customer I was at last night, I told her I hate this, that I got to leave. I made sure I had everything where they could work around the problem that they were having. And I left, and they understood. But I love the people that I do work for. When I say for, not necessarily the employer, the customers that I see each and every day. And I want to help them. And I'll miss them. I don't, this may only be a thing that's a day or two, or it could be a week. I don't know what's going to happen. I've never been in this situation before. Okay, so that's a brat. Who is it that's a BrickTsar rant's a thing? I don't know somebody said that in one of the comments. Not really a rant, but just kind of a long video to tell you what's going on in my world. Will be, as long as I'm not going to my real job, I'll be doing more stuff like this, more Bricklink orders. Hopefully, I'll be putting more parts in my store, because that's one thing that helps sell more parts. You add more parts, you get more potential buyers. We'll be trying to add some sets. Don't know if the prices will be right. We'll be trying to sell some things on eBay and hopefully make a couple of epic, awesome videos too along the way as well. So thank you guys, everybody that supported the channel over the years. I appreciate it very much. Maybe doing more of these videos, hopefully. So anyway, if this works out, maybe I can quit my real job. That would be awesome. Anyway, see you in the next video. BrickTsar. Actually, I'm Jabbo. Channel's BrickTsar. I'll never get used to that. See ya.